What's going on, everybody? My name is Jeff. Welcome back to the Penetration Channel. Okay, we're going to be doing part 1 in a new series for our channel. Today we're going to be putting the 10mm up against the 357 SIG. And today for the 10mm we're going to be using the Glock Model 20 Gen 4. This has a 4.6 inch barrel. And for the 357 SIG we're going to be using the M&P 357 full size. And this one is a 4.25 inch barrel. Now I do recognize the difference in barrel length, but there's really nothing I can do about that. Hopefully it'll be negligible at best. And for the ammo today we're going to be using this SIG Elite Performance. The 10mm has a 180 grain FMJ projectile, muzzle velocity advertised at 1250 feet per second, and advertised 624 foot-pounds at the muzzle. And for the 357 SIG, we have a 125 grain full metal jacket, muzzle velocity advertised at 1356 feet per second, and this is coming out at 506 foot-pounds at the muzzle. Alright, the target for today. We're going to be going back to these fiberglass panels while I still have some left. These are 1/8 inch thick. Instead of putting spacing in between these panels today, I have stacked these front to back. I have 25 panels, all in a solid line, 1/8 inch a piece. You can do the math. I seriously doubt either one of these rounds will penetrate all the way through this solid mass. If it does, I'll be surprised to say the least. So we're going to be printing the 357 SIG over here on the left side of the target, probably somewhere between the S and E here. And the 10mm, we're going to try to aim between the E and the V. And we're going to see just how far these two projectiles punch into this solid mass of fiberglass. So give me a second, I'll get everything set up, and I'll be back to get started. Alright, we're going to go ahead and start with the 357 SIG first. We're going to fire both of these rounds from a distance of 7 yards. And we're going to be putting the 357 SIG on the left side of the target. Alright, next up, 10mm. We're going to be shooting this also from a distance of 7 yards, and we're going to be printing this one on the right side of the target. Alright, let's go take a look at those results. Alright, I'm not so sure how much I'm going to have to fight these panels. I'm hoping they're not stuck together. So I'm going to leave you guys right here, and I'm going to go start checking panel for panel. Okay, here's panel number 1. You can see the entrance of the 357 SIG here, the entrance of the 10mm here. See if we can remove this panel. Alright, panel number 2. I can already see the back of the projectile for the 10mm. But here is the entrance for the 357 SIG, the entrance for the 10mm. Panel number 2, they've both penetrated completely. Okay, panel number 3. I can see the projectile here of the 10mm and the projectile of the 357 SIG. There's a piece of copper here, not sure which one that's from. I'm going to lay these down so I can give you guys a closer look. Alright, let's go take a look at what we got. Alright, you can see the FMJ round for the 10mm. It's completely flattened. Now mind you, this is panel number 3. And this is the entrance hole for the 357 SIG. Definitely looks like that one's punched a little deeper. But let's see if I can dig this 10mm out of here. So there it is, completely flattened out. There's the damage to panel number 3. It's definitely, the 357 is still too deep for me to try to get out. So I'm going to set this to the side. Let's go ahead and see if we can check out panel number 4. Okay, panel number 3, let's flip this over. That's the damage to the back of panel number 3 from the 10mm. There's the damage from the 357 SIG. But both of these projectiles were in fact stopped right here at panel number 3. Even though that's smushed in there pretty deep, it did not go through. It actually lodged in this panel. And you can see the face of panel number 4. I don't know how well that'll show up, but there's the damage caused by the 357 SIG. You see the spatter webs going out all the way out there, and here is some damage caused by the 10mm. Alright, so that 10mm was a larger caliber, moving slightly slower. And that 357 SIG was a smaller caliber, moving roughly 100 feet per second faster. But as far as this test goes, going into a solid barrier, I don't see much of a difference between the two calibers. I'd like you guys to leave some comments below and tell me what you think. Which one, if either, performed better than the other. Honestly, this 357 SIG looks like it, punched a little deeper into the face of this panel. I was able to get the 10mm out, but 10mm had higher muzzle energy, lower velocity. 357 SIG had lower muzzle energy and higher velocity. So I'd be interested to see what you guys got to say about this one. Leave your comments in the section below. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. Click the like button and the notification bell. Leave your comments and let me know what kind of barriers you would like to see me shoot the 10mm versus the 357 SIG through. Don't forget to like, subscribe. We'll catch you next time on the Penetration Channel.